So speaking of Atlanta, and first of all, who historically would you like to play? Speaking of like documentaries or historical time.
Shirley Chisholm all day.
Really?
Shirley Chisholm. What? I did a play. It was at West Angeles, and I played Shirley Chisholm. And she was the first woman, running for president back then. She was the first Black woman in Congress and all this stuff. And I had to really learn about her life, learn about her, and then learn how she spoke. And that's the thing, when you're playing someone that actually lived, to me, I feel like you have to get their voice down. Like, their voice is important. You got to get their walk, their talk, their speech, their inflection, stuff like that. So given the opportunity to play anyone, I'd say Shirley Chisholm. I remember the speech that she gave, and she was announcing she was running for the Democratic ticket. She said, what was it? I stand before you today. And that's how she would talk. And she had a little slight list. Yeah. I'm trying. I don't know if I remember it. I don't know, but
well, you can make it up.
I'm running for office of these United States. I know I was about to. I'm running for office for these United States of America. Not because that I'm a woman, not because I am a Black woman, but because it needs to be done. My name is Shirley Chisholm, and I'm running for president of these United States of America.
Yeah, and obviously you've seen all the memes this past weekend, and
oh my God, for sure.
What was your initial thought or emotion when Saturday morning, Friday night, I don't know when, but when you got confirmation that ticket had won, can you put into words how you felt? And your thoughts? Go ahead. Take your time.
Here's the thing. I am a person who, if there's something that I desire, something that I want, I only focus on that. I don't even allow countering thoughts to enter my mind. So when all my friends are like, oh my God, I just really hope, we got to get down to the office, and everybody's stressing and everybody's worrying, I just wasn't, because I believed that they would win. I just did. I chose to believe that that's what would happen. So the moment it really, when it happened, it was like, I was excited. I was like, okay, great. No real thoughts at that moment. It wasn't until Kamala got on stage and she walked out in all white, and she stands up there and she's talking, and I'm looking at her. That was the moment that you're like fishing for. That was the moment for me that I was like, wow, this really happened. I've lived now through a Black president and a Black female vice president. That's, growing up, I'm from Louisiana. Okay. That's a red state forever. Like, racism is real in Louisiana. I would have never thought that I would have ever seen a Black person in the highest honor of our land, as they say, right?
Sure.
It made me feel like I already am a person that I have to believe that I can do anything, because I don't like to put limits on who I am or whatever. If I put my mind on something, I believe I can do it, and I'm going to make sure that it gets done. That's just the core of who I am. Looking at her, though, it for me, it made it go to like another level. It was like, wow, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And as a woman, I don't know. I know men look at it and it's like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's the first female woman of color, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But it's different. It hits different when you're a woman and you see a woman in that, you know what I mean? In that space. So for me, it just made me feel empowered. It made me feel like I could conquer anything I set my mind out to do. It just was the extra boost that I feel like women of color need to be like, I can do it. It can get done.
Yeah. And
so that's what that represented for me, that moment, as I'm sitting there on, I felt like a little girl sitting there looking at the TV like, wow, and she's just talking and she's so, and I just was like, man. And then I love that she came from an HBCU. So then there's that. Yeah. But it just made me feel powerful. Yeah.
I totally get that, because I remember November 2007. How how it made me feel. You know, like my
Mm-hmm.
day was. I remember like everything. I had to go to a funeral that morning. One of my friends' mothers had passed,
Mm.
and like I remember everything I did that day in anticipation of
Mm-hmm.
whatever time it was going to come. And so I can relate to the celebratory emotion, the unbelievable moment, the relatable moment. Um, so I can get
Mm-hmm.
that, and that's why I opened the show when we spoke on it briefly about how I understood it in that moment, what it represents to Black women across the world. Let's say now the hard
Mm-hmm.
part is,
Right.
what do we hold them accountable to? Like, have we thought beyond that? Like, have we thought beyond the twerking, beyond the drinks, beyond the emotional reaction, beyond the however you wanted to respond that we saw on CNN, Fox, and everywhere else? The prayers, the tears. Uh, by the way, what did you think of Van Jones' acting performance?
I was not ready for that. I was like, oh,
Man, that
I
shit.
thought that was genuine.
Oh
That
my
wasn't
man.
genuine.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That nigga cried.
But if you hear the word, do you have kids?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that didn't hit you at all, like what he's saying?
No, the reason why it didn't hit me. See, it goes back to that vignette of conversation that I had uh um with Denzel Washington,
With Denzel.
because I knew that was gonna go viral. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's a tangible of emasculation. Like, as weird as it may sound to you because you're a woman and you have estrogen, so you may see it as like, man, what a beautiful moment. But for a man like who's crying because there's our oppressor, you know what I mean? See, I don't say in my head, I don't say in my head our ancestors died. I say our ancestors were murdered, right? So that puts a whole different tenor on why we're voting. So when I see Joe Biden, I see his ancestors. You get what I'm saying? So I can't get in that moment. I couldn't go there to and I know it's a combination of we got Trump out.